Hello, collective. Welcome to Rocks and Rose Tarot, where we are always getting divinely guided messages from Spirit, our ancestors, our angels, and our spirit guides. So today I was called to pull out my Golden Girl cards, Golden Girls cards. These are gifted to me by a friend for my birthday one year, and they're so cute. And so I thought, let's just tap in with these cards today and see what the messages are, what the energy is. I feel like it's gonna be a good one. Now, I did pre-shuffle the cards, but I will shuffle a little bit more. But already, before I'm gonna start this reading, I today have just kind of been in this solo energy. I woke up gingerly today and had the day off from my regular job, and I was like, I think that I'm gonna take myself out to lunch, and I was really feeling sushi or something of that nature. So I found a really cute little Korean restaurant that was really yummy. And so I don't know, just kind of being in your energy, sitting with yourself. That's kind of the message that was coming through. So I would not be surprised if the Hermit doesn't pop out today. But I'm also getting, after hermiting season, there's a lot of fun and a lot of social situations coming up. So I think maybe if you've been resting or been in this hermit energy, that that season's getting ready to open up to be a little more social. So we'll see what comes up. All right. So Spirit, please guard me, these cards, and the surroundings with love, light, and protection, and please clear away any negativity that may be attached. I'm also going to do a little bit of this. So if you're sensitive to noises, then you may want to turn the volume down just a little bit, but I am going to clear the energy, and we're going to do it 3 times. And the first, perfect. All right, I always feel good after cleansing like that. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective today? Spirit, what message do you have for the collective today? Okay, so let's move this one here. Okay. Lots to say today. Okay. One more down here, and then I'm going to start the next row up here. All right, Spirit, just a few more. The cards keep coming out in stacks. Okay, 2 more, Spirit, and then we're going to jump into this reading and see what the message is. All right. All right, so the overall message of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. So what this is telling me is that the wheel is moving in your favor on something. So that's the overall message, but let's jump into it. All right, so let's put this right up here. On the bottom of the deck is the Magician. So there is a resourcefulness, there is something being transmuted, some kind of energy, something happening here. But what's interesting about this deck is this, I believe, is the Lovers card. It might be a misprint. So there is a Lovers card, and then there's this one that I think is also the Lovers, but this one's actually the Magician. So maybe there is a something happening in a love situation where divine guidance is happening. I don't know, but that is the one thing that I forgot about this deck, is that the Magician card is actually the Lovers. Funny. Okay, let's dig into this reading. All right, so we have the Judgment, the Five of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, Two of Wands, the Moon, and the Ace of Cups. Whew. Okay, and I also want to really quickly take an inventory of how many major arcana that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then the overall message is 4. And the bottom of the deck is 5. So we have 5 major arcana working in this message. So I think with the Judgment card, we'll start here. I think there's something that I feel like you were in an energy of, I know this is happening, but I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that it's happening, but it's almost something that Spirit was saying, you're going to believe it because I'm going to pull out the trumpet and I'm going to blow the trumpet and you're going to hear the sound. Like, I'm going to make it almost so uncomfortable for you that you can't help but pay attention. And I think that this Five of Cups energy here is almost like you knew that you were unhappy, but all you could see were these 3 cups that had spilled in front of you, but there's still 2 cups back here. So Spirit is like, wake up. You don't have to sit in this energy. There's something better. The Three of Swords is heartbreak energy. So, you know, it's almost like you were breaking your own heart by staying in a situation. Now with the Knight of Swords right here, that is action. And then the Ace of Swords is right next to it. So I think somebody's rushing in to have some kind of conversation with you that's going to provide some clarity about a situation. So we'll clarify more about this Knight of Swords, but there's definitely some truth coming about a situation. The Queen of Pentacles, I think that's your energy. I think you've always been the sort of person that is stable, confident, builds your pentacles, you know, makes money, can stand on your own. So maybe there's some clarity coming about maybe financial matters. We can clarify more about that here in a minute. The Knight of Cups. This is also, so you have a Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups. I think that this Knight of Cups energy, somebody coming in to offer you something but we'll clarify that one as well. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. I think since you're the Queen of Pentacles, you do kind of have a tendency to sit back and watch your pentacles grow. You like to build, and you like to grow. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles next, and so that's generational wealth here. So I think maybe something that you've been building upon for a long time will grow into this. The Strength card, this is a great position right next to the Ten of Pentacles, but above this situation too. I think the message here is that you're strong. You're stronger than you think you are when it comes to being in this energy. And if you take stock of all the things in your life that you're doing right and correctly, you're actually sitting in a very strong position. The Queen of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So now we've seen 3 queens. I mean, I think you're just the embodiment of a lot of these things. You're stable, you're nurturing, you're emotional in the right ways, but also I'm picking up on Gemini energy, air energy. You also know how to talk to people. You also know how to stand up for yourself. I mean, I think that you're grounded, you're emotional, and you're on top of it when it comes to the intellect. Like, you're very smart. The Nine of Pentacles is a bit of a guarded energy. Then we have the Two of Wands. So you're guarded, but you're waiting. Something hidden here. So there's something coming that you're not quite sure. You know it's coming, but you're not sure exactly what it is. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So, all right, so to put it all together, I do think there's a situation that was heartbreaking, that you knew it was wrong, but you kind of just stayed because you saw this instead of this. But if you look here and here, we have the cup. So one of the cups behind you is now going to be revealed. I do think you have people coming towards you, maybe in different ways to see, I don't know, like maybe you have 2 knights coming towards you, and who's gonna may the best man win, who's going to get your attention. I don't know, but I think these knights really need to step up into kings, because I mean, you're sitting in this very almost empress energy. I mean, I think you're one queen away from being the empress. I just think that you're past the knights at this point, but maybe that's just how they're coming in. Maybe they'll show up as kings. All right, Spirit, can you clarify this Knight of Swords? Clarify the Knight of Swords, please. We need to get a little more info on this knight. Okay, okay. So we have the Seven of Swords and the World card. Okay, so collective, what I'm seeing is that this Knight of Swords really has to do with this past heartbreak. They're kind of sneaky. I don't know. I'm not getting a good vibe. Kind of my sneaky little Link energy. And what Spirit is saying is that this cycle closed. This is over and done with. I think you know who this Knight of Swords is. And I think you've already made the resolve that you're not going backwards. So I'll cover him up. We need him to be gone. And okay, so now the sword, the Ace of Swords here makes a little more sense. I feel like you just had to give the clarity to yourself. I think you found your own clarity, and when you moved past this situation, you were able to step back into your stable energy. And maybe because you moved past this energy here. Now you have somebody coming in with a different energy, this Knight of Cups. Let's see who this Knight of Cups is. Now I am intrigued. All right, clarify this Knight of Cups, please, Spirit. Clarify the Knight of Cups, please. Oh, goodness, lots to say. All right, so we have the Three of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, okay, the Sun, the Four of Wands, and the Chariot. Oh, my goodness. This Knight of Cups has some good energy. Okay, so the Three of Cups. This is somebody that is definitely going to be social, wants to like go do things. They like to party, but I'm not getting like, you know, a player sort of like party, like going out every night and getting drunk and staying out. None of that. But I do think that they're going to come in first with this like offer, like a little something, but then I think they're going to be in a little more slow moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles is a bit slower, but that's okay because, man, you have the Sun here. Like, this is going to be a really, like, you're going to, I'm getting the image of you after being with this person. You're going to go home and you're going to just kind of like exhale and be like, man, I feel really good about this person. Like, it's just a fun energy. I think they're matching you. I think they're going to match your energy. And man, the Four of Wands right underneath, like, this is higher level of commitment. I mean, maybe this is the person that you'll marry, or at least get into like a higher level of commitment with. And the Chariot, I think once this happens, it's going to move very quickly. And of course you see Rose there in the Chariot with those two hot guys. I love this deck. Okay, so this Knight of Cups energy, we're going to keep him exposed a little bit because this one's out, this one's in. All right, so I think when you're stepping into this energy is going to come forward. But I think a Spirit's saying, like, still, like, don't let this person completely knock you off track. Like, keep watching what you're doing in your life. Watch your finances. Be careful how much you're spending, because really one of the goals is to get here. Yeah, this is a really strong, like, I feel like this is really putting you in so much of a stronger position. You know, we saw the Sun card under here. Like, it's just compounding on that happiness. All right, so now I think you're gonna open up more emotionally. I think you're gonna have good conversations with this person. But I do think it's gonna almost be too good to be true. So you're kind of like, okay, I need to be a little bit guarded because, you know, there's other, I don't know, maybe you're thinking there are some other situations that could come your way. So you're trying to leave your options open a little bit. I don't know. Let's clarify this Two of Wands, please. Tell me more about the Two of Wands. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you've had some sleepless nights about the future, maybe. Let's see, let's put this down here. So you've had periods in your life where you've had to like start all over again and turn the other way and look what's coming in the future, and it does stress you out a little bit. Let's see if Spirit will give me more about this Moon card. Clarify the Moon card, please, Spirit. Okay. A whole stack of cards came out. Okay, so I'm going to take this Six of Wands that was on the top. This is definitely victory. So something, something hidden here that you're not quite seeing is going to bring you some sort of victory. Like you're going to be seen. That's really good. It's almost like finally, I'm, after this worry, I'm finally, I'm finally going to be seen after having to, sit in this kind of like hopeless energy. Maybe you had a tower moment happen, things fell apart. But I think in this new journey forward, I think that you will meet the King of Pentacles. This was also in that stack that popped out. I'm not going to take all these in the spread, but I am going to see what the underlining message is. So now we finally see somebody that is matching your energy. I'm going to put him down there. But it's a new journey, and I think that you're going to get the fulfillment that you want in this situation. All right. So before closing, I do want to get some advice from Spirit. I think that I am going to use a different deck. You know what? I have some homemade messages here that I've handwritten. It's just a mixture of messages that I've channeled in the past. So let's get a couple of these messages from Spirit. Ugh, they're hard to shuffle. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, this one right here. Nothing will stop me from coming towards you. Oh, goodness. It's definitely this King of Pentacles right here. So I'm going to put it right here. All right. And then this one wanted to come out too. Let's see. Your aura is beautiful because your intentions are pure. And that's definitely here with the Strength card. Your aura is beautiful because your intentions are pure. All right, so actually let me put this here and this here. All right, so one more message, Spirit. One more message. Okay, this one. Someone put spell work on you and I'm freaking out. You are protected though. Okay, interesting. That could be part of this energy. Maybe somebody was doing some spell work on you, and spell work doesn't have to be that you're, lighting candles and doing witchcraft. I mean, somebody could just be thinking negatively towards you, wishing you harm, and that's unintentional spell work. So maybe somebody was doing that to you, and you're having this freak out moment, like things fall off. But just know that you are protected. As always, I have my crow feathers with me that offers protection. So you are protected, and just know that you are going to come out on top and you are going to get this cup. And so I think it all ties back into the overall message that the wheel is moving in your favor. So just rest easy. It's all going to be okay. But thank you so much for being with me today. And if you felt this message resonated with you, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're liking the readings that I'm putting out. I would appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you later.